So Ricky Stenhouse Jr., does he come this time, guys?
He's got to this time.
I mean, he has not pitted since lap 17. We are now working lap 70. And I think the guys are on the wall, and there's going to be several takers this time by.
Well, you're going to definitely see Stenhouse come. He needs to for fuel. Kyle Busch has got damage. He'll probably come get that worked on.
Kenny Wallace, Cole Witt, and Justin Allgaier haven't pitted since lap 34. Neither has Danica Patrick. So we'll get an answer here in the not too distant future.
It'd be interesting to see if Elliott Sadler stays out there. He could have been happy with that car, but maybe not want to give up track position. Looks like he's going to come though.
Yeah, he's 15th on the track as they were coming down pit road. Johanna Long also coming. Michael Annette. Let's send it down to Dave Burns.
Kyle Busch was 12th, and after he hit the wall, he said, you know, the aerodynamics are actually better. So just make sure you fix the right rear enough to keep the tire from rubbing. 88 car right side tires, 1 can of gas on rookie Cole Witt coming in running third. The 2 car in trouble, guys. I don't know what's wrong with this car, but I got no rear grip whatsoever. They made an air pressure change there. Vince.
The 6 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. went down a round and a half on the track bar. Also a strip of tape off the grill you see being pulled off right there, cleaning off the grill. Ricky was complaining about the temperatures. It was a 4-tire change for Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
And a long stop for the 6. So we'll reset everything and sort all the positions out as they're checking on that 54 on pit road. Just going back to green flag racing here at Kansas Speedway. Paul Menard up front, took driver's left. That's Justin Allgaier alongside. Joey Logano and Danica Patrick in row number 2. Austin Dillon in the 3. Sam Hornish Jr. in the 12 in row 3. Danica gets a little loose. Dillon takes advantage. Sadler, he is running back in 14th position right now. If you're wondering where's Ricky Stenhouse Jr., he's back in 18th. So Austin Dillon right now in the catbird seat as far as the championship points race is concerned. He's got some space between he and the guys that are ahead of him in that points battle.
Yeah, and I like where he's sitting a lot more than where Elliott Sadler and Ricky Stenhouse are having to battle their way back towards the front.
Here comes Austin Dillon taking a look up alongside the 18. This is the battle for third. Bernard has opened up a nice sizable lead over Allgaier, and it looks like Dillon is going to get around Logano. So the car that was literally dominant yesterday throughout the day in practice took the pole. Joey Logano now finds himself in a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, but you see that move right there on the apron. You asked about it earlier. That's a textbook part of that. Go to the bottom, get the position, and make the pass get into one.
So there's your race leader. Second and third as, boy, Allgaier's putting some pressure on Justin. Austin Dillon looking to take over the spot as they go down the backstretch, and it looks like he will. So move Austin Dillon into second, and look at Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Remember, he was 4 positions behind Elliott Sadler a few laps ago. Now he is in front of Elliott.
Yeah, Elliott Sadler's really struggling with this race car. He just gave up a couple of spots to Kyle Busch and to Stenhouse coming through. They're moving forward, but Elliott still doesn't have this car to his liking.
Still have 123 laps to go. But the team, led by Luke Lambert, crew chief, they're going to have to figure out something on the next round of pit stops. That's Cole Witt in the 88 on the high side. Here comes Joe Nemechek and the 99 of Kenny Wallace. Stenhouse taking the short route. Let's get an update on that 2 car. How about it, Doc?
Well, Ian Sadler right now is actually talking to Luke Lambert, his crew chief, talking about how I have absolutely no rear grip on entry and very minimal grip on exit. I don't know what you guys did, he said, but it's hard to drive. I can barely hang on out here. Luke told him they increased the stagger by air pressure on that first stop. Otherwise, they haven't made any changes other than just tires only and nothing else. He said, but Ellie just said, I don't know what you guys have done, but I can't drive it. No rear grip whatsoever.
All right, crew chief. What would you do?
Well, I mean, they just got an issue with the setup where it's a little bit freer than they want to be. And it seemed like it was okay on that first set of tires. And then since then, it's just not been good. They're going to have to make an adjustment on the car.
Yeah, they're going to make an adjustment, and they're going to adjust for this racetrack. I think this racetrack's losing some grip. But this tire probably now, it was probably a little bit on the hard side to start with when there was a lot of grip. Now that they've gotten sunshine, got races, cars out here for a long period of time, I think that it's just not the racetrack that they had before. Whoa, trouble right in front of Sadler.
All of a sudden, Michael Annett pulls up. The 54 and the 6 both get around him. You saw Sadler get out of the throttle as well.
Hey, Elliott almost had to stop back there to keep from hitting that car. Lost a ton of time and positions.
Oh, and there you see damage on the 81.
Oh, he's killed the wall there.
Jason Bowles.
He was surprised if it didn't bring out a caution. Looks like he's hit something pretty hard. There got to be pieces of that car back there somewhere.
He was running 13th.
Yeah, now there was a little contact that time, you could see. James Busher getting into it.
Now from Elliott's on board. Oh, yeah, there.
Inside, clear. Big run coming inside. Clear low.
So tough break for Jason as he tags the wall there. But no caution as he was able to get it around. He's just getting onto pit road now. So let's check in as the battle continues. Ryan Blaney started 27th. He is now battling Joey Logano for 4th. The 18-year-old has run 10 nationwide races. Half of those he's finished in the top 10, and here he is again.
Yeah, he's been really impressive. I think the one thing he's going to have to work on that's important is his qualifying effort to make sure that he doesn't have to try to keep battling from somewhere back 18th to 25th or something like that. But he's very solid during these races.
Yeah, his average start is just over 15, and boy, you look at him, you can see with those white gloves him working that steering wheel.
Joey's just not as dominant today as we've seen this car before. He's still good. He's just not been as dominating.
Yeah, it looked like he's still battling maybe a tight condition that he just can't get this car turned. And he's really not getting up off the corners. You see on the right side of the screen, Stenhouse taking a spot away from Kyle Busch there. But when the track had a lot of grip in a tight situation, you could turn the car and the grip would make the car turn too. It's whenever it's losing a little bit of that, makes it a little bit more difficult. They're going to have to do some more adjusting for Joey Logano there, Vince.
They sure are, DJ. And, you know, when the driver uses the term junk, that's never good in the ears of the crew chief. That was the word that Joey used to describe it. He also says he's starting to get a vibration in the drivetrain. He can feel it in his seat. So a lot on the mind right now of the 18 of Joey Logano. Doesn't have a very comfortable ride for sure.
I guess all things are relative, and he can call it junk, but not to me. I mean, he's still running decent, sitting there running actually 4th. You can't call that junk right now.
No, the only thing I see is he's about two and a half tenths off what the leader is running, and they're certainly not accustomed to that, particularly this year.
Our green flag runs today. The first run was 14 laps, second 13, and this run now the longest at 15 laps. We've had a total of 6 cautions for 25 of the 87 laps that we have run. And as we get ready to head towards commercial break, one of the guys that's had his hands full multiple times today has been the driver of the number 12, Sam Hornish Jr. He's running 7th right now, as he had A loose condition just a little bit early. That's Brad Sweet. And he stays out of Brad just enough. No damage.
More than 150 years ago, American pioneers pushed their way through the Kansas territory. They carved the unknown. Today, Kansas Speedway presents a whole new set of unknowns. An all-new surface, a new layout, and new setups under the cars. All of that could add up to another unknown. An unforeseen challenger blowing in off the prairie. Saddle up.
And well, we've got a quick moment here as we are knocking down 94 of 200 laps in the Kansas Speedway. Let's talk about what we've got coming up, because tomorrow 1 o'clock Eastern on ESPN, Chase race number 6. It's presented by Ram, and 1 Eastern on ABC. It's the American Le Mans Series, Petit Le Mans. That's presented by Mazda. Then 2 weeks from now, we're off next week in the Nationwide Series. We'll be at Texas, November 3rd, 7 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. Danica Patrick is in. Jamie?
She said the car has gotten a lot better, just a little loose into 3. They wanted to focus on that. It's going to be 4 tires and go down 1 round on the track bar as they work the left-hand side of that race car. And Paul Menard continues to lead. We're going to see a couple more cars pitting here momentarily, Marty.
Yeah, she was running 6th, I think, at the time, if I remember correctly, as she gets back out on the track. Had a good run going here today, and makes her stop here on with 104 laps to go. Paul Menard right now leads by a second over Austin Dillon. That's not his biggest lead. His biggest lead was 1.5 seconds about 4 or 5 laps ago.
Yeah, Austin Dillon has been knocking a little bit off of this lead. He's got a pretty quick car. At times running the quickest on the track.
What also has happened now that we've had a long green run, as there you see Austin Dillon currently running in the 2nd spot. A number of cars have gone a lap down. We now have 18 cars shown on the lead lap. Dillon has about a 4-second lead over 3rd place, the 31 of Justin Allgaier. There you see Justin coming through your screen. Last pit laps, Justin Allgaier stopped on lap 34.
Yeah, he's about due right now. Make a green flag stop.